Alright, guys, so I'm going to be doing another comic review from a book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. Today we're going to be looking at Justice League Unlimited, Into the Inferno. This is the first volume of Mark Waid's Justice League Unlimited run, and part of the all... And basically, this book is essentially the... I guess you could call it now the anchor title of the DC universe, because it looks like a lot of the stuff going in with this whole all-in and also absolute and all the events following, it does feel like JLU is basically the flag, is like the cornerstone of what's going on in the DC universe going forward right now. Anyway, so let's talk about this. Let's get started with this video. So the story is that after Absolute Power, the Justice League has reformed in a big way. They have been reforged in a completely new and into a completely new force. Basically, like 90 to 99% of the superhero community in the DC universe has united into the Justice League. I'm talking everyone is here, and like I've been saying with World's Finest, it's very clear Mark Waid loves the DC universe more than Marvel. Not to say he probably doesn't hate Marvel, but it's very clear where his love for these characters, or what company he enjoys more than anything else. Anyway, so, and I've said this before, it's very evident in World's Finest. That was kind of the big one, is that it's very evident in World's Finest that it's a love letter, Mark Waid's love letter to the DC universe. And now he gets to do it with every character, rather than just be like, oh yeah, I have to have Superman and Batman involved in every story. Yeah. So the Justice League, after the events of Absolute Power, they're in full force, they're back, and they're more or less trying to keep the world safe. We follow a new superhero named Airwave, who was part of the Stargirl Lost Children storyline, kind of like I focused on when I did the review of Jay Garrick the Flash, where it brought back Jay's forgotten daughter. So the Justice League are now, I'm talking, if there's a character out there, Mark Waid's going to use him or her. We've got characters that are ranging from, oh yeah, it's that character, to that was a character? Literally, it's that in some cases in this book, where it's a character you might have forgotten was a DC character. Yeah, they're here. That's the thing, is that they are here out and about, and they're here to help save the universe. So Airwave is here for a reason. Turns out he's a traitor working for a group called Inferno, who are the big villains of this opening arc. Inferno is just causing chaos across the world, and they're trying to throw the Justice League off balance. This also doesn't help because during the events of Absolute Power, a lot of superheroes got their powers swapped or lost them. And among them was John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, who has lost his telepathic abilities. Who he lost them to, I'm not going to say, but it is a big reveal in this comic. Yeah, that's that's kind of one of the reveals here. And John's not feeling himself. We also have so many characters. I really like how Mark Waid clearly did his homework, because we have, Dr. Occult, who has been used a lot. We have Star Sapphire, who gets used a lot. It's very clear that he enjoys using Star Sapphire, Carol Ferris, in these comics. She shows up predominantly a lot. Also with Hal, because again, her and Carol and Hal are back together in the Jeremy Adams Green Lantern run. If there's no character doesn't feel underused. That's what I really like about it, is that Mark Waid, even though he's juggling so many characters, he is basically giving you everyone. He is essentially giving you all, every character gets to shine. And I really do like that. I really do like how Mark Waid is just giving everyone a chance to breathe and showcase themselves. And also Dan Mora is doing the artwork, because Dan Mora with Mark Waid is just perfect. Yeah, I want, do I even need to show Dan Mora as one of the best DC artists out there right now? Because only Mora could, do something like all this and make it look great. But yeah, so like I said, Inferno is this group that has been attacking the Justice League, but who is Inferno? Well, they're not a new group. I will say that. They are not a new group at all. Why do I even bother? You guys already know what's happening. It's the Legion of Doom. It is literally the Legion of Doom. But here's the thing. It's not the Legion of Doom from the present. It's the Legion of Doom from the past. This book is basically building up to a DC All-In's new event called, first a big event, which was called We Are Yesterday, which will be coming out in November, so that'll be the next time I review both this book and World's Finest, because it's a event featuring the two books in a time travel story. So yeah. That was a really cool... I really liked that reveal, and also revealing that Grodd has Martian Manhunter's telepathy, which is funny because he already has telepathy, but stacking it on top of, like, now Jean's telepathic abilities, he's basically God now. I also really like all the other comics. This comic, like I said, feels like a flagship or the centerpiece of the DC universe right now, because it showcases all these other comics I want to read, like miniseries, like the Question miniseries focusing on Renee Montoya. You also have one focusing on the Atoms and Captain Atom called The Atom Project. And you also have one which Chris did send me called Black Lightning the Standard, which might be the next book I review. But yeah. So it's all these cool miniseries that kind of tie in with the Justice League Unlimited book. And what I also like is that a lot of minor characters get to steal the spotlight over it. And it feels so much like the original animated series. I know someone was going to be like, are you going to talk about it feeling like the original Justice League Unlimited cartoon? Yeah, it does. It really does have that feel of the Justice League cartoon. This comic is great. It's also cool to see, just a minor thing, the new Swamp Thing back, because I think people didn't read Ram V's Swamp Thing comic that basically said, yeah, Alec Holland is no more, but there's a new Swamp Thing, Levi Kamei. If you didn't read that book, it was more or less about this guy named Levi Kamei becoming the new Swamp Thing after Alec Holland had passed into the green. We also get Swamp Thing's daughter, Tefe Holland, in here as well. So that was cool to bring back that character from the Brian K. Vaughan Swamp Thing run. Anyway, so this book is great. I highly recommend it. If you want to read big bombastic superhero stories with literally the entire DC universe at Mark Waid's disposal, look no further than Justice League Unlimited. This is just Mark Waid playing in the toy box. That's all it is. That and World's Finest. So I'm even more excited for We Are Yesterday. But yeah, so if you've read Justice League Unlimited Volume 1, let me know in the comments below. Chris, as always, thank you so much. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.